It was going to be on a Saturday at 4 o'clock at the Jones Building. I said, okay, and I said, well, get ready so we can go. And so we pulled up at the Jones Building, and I saw two cars by the swings and stuff. Other side was over there by the swimming pool. I said, ain't nobody here. What's? I got out, and Donald pulled up and his wife and walked in, and they said, surprise, and I said, I didn't know what to say, mouth dropped, and I saw Tony, I got you. So all the people was there and all, and it had the fire truck sit there. My brother done this, my youngest brother. The fire truck set up and on a table and stuff, and had the balloons and the firefighters and stuff, and up front, we sat up front there, and they had the food stuff set up, and congratulations, the volunteer fire department, you've been years been in there, and they had people that gave us envelopes, money and gift cards, whatever and stuff, and they wanted us to speak, and I want to share a tear, but I didn't, I held it back, and everybody congratulations stuff, and we talked. When my daddy was in the rescue squad, and we left and went right behind him, and then they went on to the fire department, and a lot of people didn't realize, and they showed pictures of me and my twin brother when we were small. They couldn't tell who was Arnold and Donald. And then showed some more pictures of Arnold and Donald. My mom had the younger set, Marcus and Maurice. We were dressed alike. My mom always dressed just alike. And we kept looking at, so who was that? Oh, that's Donald. Then my mom and dad and my sisters and stuff. And tears just rolled down my eyes. I couldn't hold it back. I mean, it touched me so hard. And I said, y'all got me. So everybody clapped, stood up, and took my brother and brother. We hugged together. It was one of those things that I couldn't hold back. The people that live here knows me real well, and it's like I can talk to them every day and see them, and hey, Mr. Fuller, how you doing? And it's nothing way out of the way of who you are down the lower end of town. They call it the lower end, and a lot of blacks live down in that area, and they recognize me and my family because we was in fire and rescue. And I have two brothers. One was the sheriff department retired, one was the police department retired. We was well known, and it still as that today, right now. And when I used to hang around there at the police department, that building right on the corner used to be the old police station. We sit out there in front of that 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, those guys. We used to ride some of the policemen in their police cars. And we know all the police guys used to work, and everybody had I enjoy that. It's something to go back and you can sit there and talk about it forever. We always bring things up, what happened in the past. A lot of people got along with one another, but now this new generation is totally different. More people moving in, new faces, and Apex is growing. I used to work with the town of Apex in the street department, and it's growing more, and they have more stuff they never had before. More recreation department for us. Football, the soccer fields and stuff with the kids, because really nobody had nowhere to go to, on weekends. Everybody go other places, go to Raleigh, but now Apex got it here, more schools, and I like that. And new faces you see all the time, and a lot of people moving down here, it's a place to live. And it used to have, back in the day, called Apex Bicentennial. You ever heard of that? Way back. And we always had a thing right on Main Street here, Bicentennial. He had this set up, hot dogs, hamburgers and stuff, different vendors. 100 years Bicentennial in Apex. And I was a little boy then, but their mom and dad used to bring us up here, and we'll have the whole day. Go home after 5:30, 5:45. I hope it grows more. I hope we got land and more fire stations and more things that other cities don't have that we now getting, and it's going to grow. Apex is going to grow. they're progressing more and things, having more exhibit stuff around here like we have on Main Street and what we have, used to have it over there by the high school, some things that we didn't used to have in around here because everything's down Main Street now. There's hope they'll move it somewhere so to be bigger that everybody can go instead of all this crowded every, the things we have every year here, and it's getting crowded. And if they can find another place that we can go and everybody have a big function, it'll be fine. I was hoping that Apex is going to grow. It's going to grow. Sooner or later, it's progressing more and more and more. And I enjoy the rescue, and I want to go further to the next level than the fire department. And talk to one of the volunteer firemen. Yeah, come on, give it a shout. There, talk to some of the firemen and hanging around the station. Fire trucks go out and come back. Then they started having meetings on Monday nights and bring my name up, and I was a volunteer firefighter and trained every Monday night and learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And they started running more fire calls during the day than they ever ran. And they talked about, hey, we need a pay crew up here. It's coming. Talked about it, it happened. And they was looking for good firefighters, and I happened to be one that was ready to go when I was paid as a paid fireman from 8 to 5. And I loved it. I mean, it was one of the things that I really enjoyed. And had some good times up here and fought fire and come back. Guys said, "You've done a good job, this, that, and the other." We all sit up here sometime at night at 9 o'clock in front of the fire station, waiting on the fire call. And I stayed more up here than I did at home, just hanging around. And then I was driving truck part-time then as a fireman for those 20-some years I've been, maybe longer than that. But I do miss it since we got out, and I see other guys that was in the fire department. That's what I like it. And the community around here, they know that we was in the fire and rescue, and they just like, okay, keep it up, give me courage about do what you got to do. Talked to Chief Stevenson, and like I said, we had training, and something new comes up for us training. You never want everybody to know what, for us to put on the iPack and all that kind of stuff, and know exactly what you're doing when you go into a fire, any kind of fire. You know exactly what to do. You won't know, well, what I'm supposed to do, you're holding the hose or whatever, or you go into a house fire or something, and you go in with, actually tearing it down. That was not the scenario, no. You was trained to know what you're doing when you go into a fire. Bill was telling you all can get sued. You don't know what you're doing about just tearing up and just watering stuff down and damaging the house. You don't know what you're doing. So that's what we focused on. It's most likely was training. And he pushed it to the limit. I got mad at him one time. I said, well, I ain't doing it no more. I'm done. He like, you still want to be a fireman? I said, yes, sir. Well, you're no different than nobody else. He's going to train. And I said, whew, I guess you're right. And I went over there. He said, I'm not being hard. It's just, that's the way of life, son. So it's been some of the fires we go to was real dangerous. You have to know what you're doing when you're fighting fire. It ain't a joke. We can go to some house full of bob. Where's the propane tanker? You don't know. Anything go off, and now somebody can have ammo in a room or something goes off. You don't know that.